within the liberal arts and sciences at UCG, you have a very, very big program where you can choose all types of different courses. What else do we see here? I don't know. There's, for some reason, there's bicycle here.
I noticed that as well. But I mean, it is a good metaphor for the Netherlands and Groningen. I mean, sometimes with, a bicycle, got to get back up or something. And I think part of guidance is there is quite many decisions that students can make. And depending on where you're coming from, if you're not familiar with a similar system, you might fall off the bicycle, so to speak. And that's part of our job, is to help advise and support students. So perhaps it was in a metaphorical usage.
I like that way of thinking. Then there's also like safe space, which is of course very important as well. We treat everything with confidentiality. Mental well-being is a big part as well. Preparation for the future, again, career trajectory, decision making, all these things, they're all tiny parts or some bigger parts of what we can offer students at UCG. So maybe what we can offer you in the future as well. So we have a little bit of almost like a machine, like some wheels that turn and turn, and they're all interconnected. So one of the pillars or one of the connectors of guidance at UCG is student mentoring. The next one is personal support, academic guidance, and career guidance. So this is basically the whole point of guidance at UCG. And these are the things that we will be talking about today to you as well. So first, let's talk about student mentoring in your first year. So when you arrive at UCG, maybe, Virginia, you come from Milan. Things like you don't really know what you can expect, especially if you're living somewhere else and you're not used to the Dutch culture, Dutch language, maybe even. So it's very nice to have some student mentors. So these are all UCG students, either second or third years. So they've been around for a while already. They know their way throughout UCG, throughout the university system, but also throughout the city. So it's a bit of you can almost see it as a student peer that takes you along and that helps you in that first semester at UCG. So you'll have your student mentor in the first semester of your first year at UCG. And you'll have various sessions with them. And most of the times, each session focuses on one thing. And this can be an academic topic, but it can also be a student life topic. So it covers basically everything at the start of student life in Groningen. Then, of course, we have the academic advisors or the guidance team. Jacqueline and I, we're just part of this team, but we have more people in this team. So we have Gina, who's our academic advisor. And then we have Ava, who's an academic advisor, and Sonia is an academic advisor. So we have quite a big team of guidance people at UCG to help you in your journey within the liberal arts and sciences with your 3 years here. So that's not only guidance in terms of courses, so what courses can you pick, but that's also career guidance. And Jacqueline is there for exchange questions and guiding you through the process of exchange, which is can be a very intense process, not to scare anyone away. So in a nutshell, what you see here on the screen, this is what we provide you with. So, of course, there can be students who are studying with personal circumstances. Some things that we call functional impairments, study delay, exam provisions. This can all happen. And for this, you need to go to the academic advisors. Financial support, we can help you guide along the way, and then we can always refer you to a different support center within the university as well. But most of the times, we as academic advisors, we're the first point of access for you. Then we also advise lecturers and the board of examiners on extensions, attendance rules. But most of the times, we, of course, see you if there's a valid reason for not meeting the attendance. But we always have to refer you back to the Board of Examiners, because they are the final body that need to make a decision on that. And that is actually a very important point. Maybe you've heard this already in some of the sessions of Digital UCG, but there is a attendance requirement for all of the courses at UCG. For most of the courses, you need to be there 80% of the time. That's just to give you some perspective on the way that education is formed at UCG, but I think you've already had a session on that, so I'm not going to go into much detail on that. Of course, liberal arts and sciences can be quite an intense program for some students because there's so much to choose from. Courses can be intense as well because it is expected of you to actively participate in class. So we're here also if you struggle with how to manage your time. How do you prepare for your essays, for your exams? If you're feeling a little burnt out or overwhelmed, you can always come see us because that's what we're there for. Then we can either support you in providing resources on what you can do or refer you to a student psychologist or student counselor who can talk to you in much more detail. And of course, that is one of the bigger aspects of what we can offer you is the academic guidance. So what type of courses do you want to pick here at UCG? Because, well, you've heard this before, but there are a lot of courses at UCG that you can pick from, specifically starting from your second semester in your first year up until the final courses in your third year. There is a lot of freedom, and that is a beautiful thing, but we also understand that that can come with quite some stress because you want to choose the right courses for you. And specifically, if one of your friends or classmates is following a very science-based route and you want to go more into the humanities or maybe even social skills or like psychology, then it can sometimes be a lot to think of, like, but what exact courses do I need specifically if you want to prepare for master programs? That was a lot of information, but these are all the types of things that we can support you with, and that's what we're there for as well. So we offer open office hours throughout the week, and then you can also, of course, always make appointments with us just so that we're available to all of you and that you can ask us questions. So this is a very quick thing. Of course, if you have special needs, you can always check out this website of the RUG. That's the university website. So of course, UCG as a faculty falls under the University of Groningen. You can always check out this link. We can also share this, I think, at the end. Let me quickly find that, or let me see.
I can put it in the chat.
Perfect. Thank you, Jack. Just so you know that it's there and that you can learn more about that if you need that. If you don't need that, that's perfectly fine as well. Is everything clear up until now, or am I going too fast? Please let me know.
I think you're good.
Okay, amazing. Then we just continue. Again, if you have any questions, let us know. That's what we're here for. That's literally what we do throughout the whole day. We answer your questions. Have you already seen this picture before? Or is this the first time? I'm going to assume no. If you have, let me know, and then I'll just skip it. But basically, this is the structure at UCG for your whole 3 years. Oh, amazing. Thank you, Virginia. So this is the curriculum for your full 3 years, and that is made up of 180 study points. And here in the Netherlands and in Europe, you call them ECTS. So once you have completed those 180 ECTS, you will obtain your diploma. The way that the curriculum is structured within liberal arts and sciences at UCG is that you have your major part, and that consists of 95 ECTS. Then we have the academic core, which is 55 ECTS, and then you have your minor space. And I'm going to talk about the minor space a little bit at a different time within this session. But if we look at the major phase, so those 95 ECTS, that's the majority of your points with your time with us. You have research and methodology courses, and these are courses that learn you a very specific skill on how to do research in a specific way. So you can do research in a qualitative way, you can do research in a quantitative way. So there are different courses that help you prepare to use these types of skills in research. And research, as you know, is quite a big part of an academic degree. And we're part of an academic university. We're a research university. So these courses are very important in your time here. So you'll have research and methodology courses in your first year, your second year, not in your third year. So in your first and second year, you'll have research and methodology courses. Then the level courses. So it might sound a little bit weird or funny, but we have level 100, 200, and 300 courses. And these levels basically stand for the year that you're in. So level 100 is first year courses, level 200 are second year courses, and level 300 are third year courses. And then finally, what's part of your major is the thesis. And that is basically the final assignment that you do in your third year that basically showcases everything that you've learned in your 3 years. So that shows what type of research you can do and how do you conduct research and how do you write a decent report and how do you report your findings. So basically everything that you've learned in your 3 years, that is your thesis. Depending on the direction that you've taken within the program, that also is going to be reflected in your thesis. So if you've followed a lot of psychology courses, or if you've done a mix, you've followed a lot of humanities courses or sciences or social sciences courses, then your thesis is also going to be in that area. So the majority, let's say your majority of courses are social sciences, you will conduct a social sciences thesis. And then the academic core, and that you can almost see as a sort of foundation of courses for your academic degree. So that's where we have academic skills, exploring challenges of modern society. That's a first year course. Philosophy of science, introduction to academic research. These are all, again, courses that really lay that foundation for your academic degree. The LES core electives are courses that you will follow in the first semester of your first year. And these are almost a bit of a taste of how you can elect your courses at UCG. So I always tell students that it's best if you pick one course that you really feel strongly towards, that you really would like to follow. And then another course, like another core elective that you feel like it could be something, but I'm not entirely sure, but I might like it. I don't really know if this direction is the right direction for me, but maybe it is. And that way you really can expand your horizon and see if the direction that you want to try to follow within UCG is the right direction for you. And that's the beauty of the LES core electives. And then, of course, we have projects, which is a very big part of UCG. You'll have projects in all of your years. So in your first year, your second, and your third year. And your third year project that is very linked to your thesis. So the first year project is you really do the project. So you follow through with the research that you've done, but you still receive a topic. You have a lot of guidance of the professors that are supervisors of the project. In the second year, you already have more of a say of what the project entails, what the topic can be. And in the third year, that is really where you basically have to show your project management skills that you've acquired over the years. So the final year project, the year 3 project, that is really your project because you can basically design everything in that project. Then the minor, we're going over the minor in a second, I think. Let me see. Yes, we are. So I feel like I'm talking a lot. Are you still on the same page with me? Are you following? Let me know. I hope so. If not, just put it in the chat, okay? I'm very happy to explain things more than once. Then let's look at the structure. So this is the first slide, but I will show you all the years, so year 1, year 2, and year 3, of what you can expect when you come to study at UCG. So every year consists of 60 ECS, and there we have those points again, the ones that I showed you in the previous slide as well. Oh, I see there's a little bit like, ooh. That doesn't matter. So basically, the academic year here at UCG, we have divided in 2 semesters. So you have semester 1 and semester 2. And then those semesters are also again divided into blocks. So your whole academic year consists of 4 blocks, and each of those blocks are 10 weeks. Yeah, amazing. In those 10 weeks, that's where you follow 3 courses. So each week each block, you will follow 3 courses. And once that block is finished, most of the times you'll have 8 weeks of classes. So once that is finished, you either do an exam or an essay or a presentation, and then you move on to the next block. And then you follow again 3 courses, and the same repeats itself throughout the academic year. So if everything goes to plan and you can follow all of your courses, then at the end of year 1, you will have your academic year completed, and that is 60 ECS. So then you've obtained the first 60 points of your bachelor's degree. Now, then we move on to year 2 after the summer break. And again, this academic year also consists of 60 points. So each year consists of 60 points. Again, semester 1, semester 2, those semesters are divided into blocks. So you'll have 4 blocks in total in year 2. And here you have a lot to say about the courses that you follow. And that's why you see like elective here, elective there. All the courses in year 2 are elective, so that you can really design your own program in that sense. Then year 3, and this is where the minor phase comes to play. So basically you again have 60 points, semester 1, semester 2, 4 blocks. And semester 1 of your final year, that is your minor phase. And the minor phase is something that a lot of students enjoy a lot, because it's a little bit of a break of your ordinary program. So you can decide to either do a university minor here at the University of Groningen. You could do a personal minor, and you can go on exchange. You can do an internship. And most of the times, students are very, very excited about the exchange part. And that is study abroad. And of course, Jacqueline can tell you all about exchange and how it works in the processes. But right now, most important for you to know is that we have designated partners overseas. So whether that's in Europe, in Asia, the Americas, Oceania, it's a lot of fun from what I hear from students. I haven't gone on an exchange partner from UCG, but it's a lot of fun. So again, what I said before, it's really a semester abroad if you want to, in the autumn of your 3rd year. So it's your first semester of your 3rd year in September. Then you can go abroad. But it's also very important to know that some partner universities start a little bit earlier or a little bit later. That's not a lot. You don't need to remember that right now because you haven't even started. But it is important that if you want to go on exchange, that is something to keep in mind. So these are the study abroad options. I hope they're a little bit readable, but these are the study abroad options. Some examples that we have. We have direct partners. There are some partners of the university, and these sometimes keep changing. But this is to give you an idea of what you can do if you want to go on exchange. Yeah. Do Do you want to add something, Jack?
Yeah, so these are a few of the examples. There is within your minor space quite a few options, as you've already mentioned, Iris. So a lot of the more popular decisions by students is to apply for exchange or to do an internship. And within exchange, some of the universities you see listed here are direct partners of our faculty. Not super important for you to know, but it's basically that we offer direct exchange programs from UCG, but then there are also programs at a university level that are also options in addition to what you see on the screen, that sort of expands again in Oceania, so New Zealand, Australia, Southeast Asia is quite popular, the US, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, so quite a bit all over. But what's also nice with the UCG program is that if you have, at the end of your 2 years, a really specific idea of what you might want to do for a master's program, or if you want to go right into work, then maybe an internship might be something for you. But if you don't find a program that is relevant or suitable to what you would like to do, a lot of universities allow students to, as we call, free move, as you see on the screen. So essentially, the only thing there is that we work together, you and I, to look at the program that you've chosen and to make sure that there's no hiccups about why it might interfere with your UCG plan. But in general, with exchange, the courses that you can take abroad is quite open. So if there is a foundation of something that you've gotten at UCG that you would like to explore more in depth, a lot of students use their exchange for that. Can be the same with an internship that an organization or a company that you would like to get firsthand experience at with what you might want to do, even if that's related to a master's or a future career. And we've had students do internships in very different places. So our internship coordinator, who is not with us right now, she is also really helpful with helping you to not just implement the internship process, but to sort of brainstorm and think along. And then if exchange is not an option, I'm also happy to look at internship opportunities abroad and hand you over to our colleague Sonia. But there's a fair degree with your minor space of what you can do. And I think that can be attractive because I can imagine that in the beginning, you might find a lot of the choices overwhelming or something, but as your academic progress furthers along, maybe you want to do what a student did last year. They did an internship at a jaguar rescue mission in Costa Rica. So what's nice is that there are certain options within your minor that fit easily with our program, and many other programs that can be a bit more difficult to mesh. So, but I do have a question because I know that Virginia is from Milano, but if Caitlin or Jill would like to share even in the chat where they're from, I always find that interesting because I can imagine Virginia would not want to go on exchange back to Italy. But it's also, if you want to free move, I like that then students can combine perhaps their own interest with our program as well and not just be limited of, we don't offer this, so you can't do that. So just something to keep in mind as you look at our program.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. And I think, well, I'm very biased in that sense. I think exchange is a wonderful opportunity. Of course, if you're already not from the Netherlands, you're already in a foreign country, but exchange really adds to the intercultural experience of moving abroad and again learning about a different culture, and that really forms you as a person as well. But that's just my opinion, and if you don't want to go on exchange, that is perfectly fine as well. There are lots of minor options or a personal minor where you could even create your own minor package. So the way that you create your program at UCG, you could even create your minor package with university courses or courses from a different university in the Netherlands as well.
I will just add one little thing because it is getting a bit popular, which makes sense. but you can also do an exchange within the Netherlands. So if, for example, you're here, if you're Dutch or you come from outside of the Netherlands and you're looking at doing a master's at maybe, if it's not Groningen University, but maybe in Amsterdam or Leiden or Maastricht, Den Haag, in Rotterdam, you can also use your minor space as an opportunity to take courses there to kind of get a feel for how that university is. And we do have some students do that because at that point, they like the Netherlands, they want to stay. So it's kind of allowing you to, in a sense, get credit for your undergraduate degree, but also getting the experience of perhaps where you might do your master's. But also applicable outside of the Netherlands, if that's the case.
Sounds good. And I think this was already our final slide of guidance at UCG. We do a lot of things, and what I showed on the slide before as well is that there are multiple things that you can come to us with. Course selection is one of them, but also personal matters. And I think that is a very nice aspect of UCG or a university college in general, is that it's very small scale. And of course, you have closer contact with a team of academic advisors. But we also we support you in showing your own responsibility and becoming your own adult and becoming showing you where you can find things instead of us giving it to you. We give you the tools in order for you to do it yourself, and that gives you that's a great skill to have in your future career, but also in your personal life, of course. Then let me see. I quickly need to check the
chat.
The chat, because I see there's movement in the chat. From the US and from Belgium, dual national. So many places. I mean, it's very nice to see that we have some people here and they're from all over the world. And this is actually a very accurate representation of what a classroom at UCG looks like as well. I mean, we have quite some students from international schools, for example. So then you already know you have some skills acquired in intercultural awareness. And I think that only brings you further into a university college and in project teams as well. Yeah, I think that is all. Is there anything you want us to share with you more, or is there anything unclear that you'd like to get explained a little bit better? Feel free to let us know, but you can always reach us on academicadvisor.ucg@rug.nl. And if you have more questions on exchange, then you can always reach out on exchange.ucg@rug.nl as well. It was a pleasure to have you here, and I really hope you enjoyed Digital UCG, because I heard from Max that this is the final session. Maybe we'll see each other in the future. We hope to see you here. And again, if you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Iris and Jacqueline. And thank you guys in chat as well for joining us at Digital UCG. You made it through all the sessions. Congratulations. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I just want to plug one more time. I know I said it in yesterday's session as well. We do offer the Student for a Day, which is where you tag along with a UCG student and follow them around on campus. You can attend classes and see what campus life is all about. But for now, from all of us at UCG, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you in the future. Thank you so much.
Max, can I break in for 1 second?
We have a question.
We have a question, and it's a very good question, actually. So there's this question: if I don't pass a test, can I redo it? And absolutely, there are different ways where you can retake assignments. So if you have an exam, then you can do the resits. Most of the exams do offer resits, and sometimes professors, depending on the type of assignment, can also offer repair assignments. So there are multiple ways where you can retake an exam. Then I also want to share that, of course, some students fail courses, and it's absolutely okay to fail courses because you can retake courses as well. We don't immediately send you away if you fail a course. So you can retake exams, so you can resit those exams, but in the end, if you happen to fail a course, there's nothing to panic about either. To say.
Right, if we have any more questions. Oh, here we go. Do students stay on the weekends or go home? In Belgium, everyone seems to disappear on the weekends. That's a question from Caitlin. You guys want to chime in on that, perhaps?
I can, if you want to, Iris. But no, I feel like a lot of our students, they might disappear from campus, but the student life at Groningen is quite intense, is not the correct word, but like there's always different events going on, and not just at our faculty, but other faculties of the university. A lot of our students just stay put on the weekends and hang out with each other, or if there's an activity going on. I think students, if there's maybe a long weekend, or of course for the Christmas period, will go home. But I would say in general, most of them stay in Groningen itself.
I agree.
Yes, I think that's very, very true. I actually live near Libertas, the accommodation for UCG, and I always see lights on in the weekend, so I think that's a good sign. People very hard studying, very hard at work studying in Libertas, I am sure. That's what students do on the weekend, right?
Absolutely.
Or trying, well, I mean, Caitlin is from Belgium, so it's probably not as unusual for her. But, you know, poffertjes, pannenkoeken, herring, all the Dutch delicacies of part of your integration of welcome to the Netherlands.
Well, speaking of pannenkoeken, we do have the open day on January 30th. Obviously, that's not an option for everyone, but if you can join us on our open day on January 30th, we do have pancakes being baked throughout the day, and that's a very Dutch culinary treat for you to try if you haven't tried it already, and it's very, very much recommended. And it's prepared by our UCG students right here in the cafeteria.
Amazing.
And it's not the same as American pancakes, so it's not even the same as a crepe. It's thinner, but I like it. It's quite different, but it's also very interesting because you can put bacon in it, cheese. I've seen all sorts of variations, but.
All right, I think that's about it for the questions for this session.
I think so too.
If not, otherwise, I think we will round off this session. All right, once again, guys, thank you all so much from everyone here at University College Groningen, and we will hopefully see you very, very soon. Thank you, Iris, thank you, Jacqueline, and thank you for tuning in.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.